Scholars, welcome. It is wonderful to be with you again. Once more, I want to thank you on behalf of my team for liking our previous videos, for sharing them, and for subscribing to our channels. I'm promising you, by the special grace of God, we are going to continue to bring your way more impactful videos like you are already seeing. And today we want to continue from where we stopped in the last class. Don't forget that we are looking at bearings. In the last class, we had established that the direction of an object, a person, a thing from another object is known as bearing. We established that day that in a typical bearing problem, that preposition from is very important. We also stress the fact that the cardinal points are very important in the study of bearings. And we looked at the 4 cardinal points, and we further expanded the 4 cardinal points to treat the 8 cardinal points. And that day, we introduced the 2 types of bearings that we have. We gave them as surveyor's bearing and compass bearing. In today's class, we are going to discuss both types of bearings and see how they work. The first one is the surveyor's bearing. The surveyor's bearing is also called the 3-digit bearing. It is a clockwise angular measure starting from the north. Don't forget, the surveyor's bearing is a 3-digit bearing. It is also a clockwise angular measure that starts from the north cardinal point. This means that in a surveyor's bearing or a 3-digit bearing, movement is never anti-clockwise. The movement is always clockwise. And it can't just start from anywhere. It must start from the north cardinal point. So, in a surveyor's bearing, you move clockwise, starting with the north. We are going to see how it works through some examples now. O 60 degrees, 150 degrees, 200 degrees, 315 degrees are typical examples of surveyor's bearings. So you notice that in the first example, O 60 degrees, the size of the angle is actually 60 degrees. But because the surveyor's bearing is a 3-digit bearing, we have to introduce this 0 before the 60 to change it from 2 digits to 3 digits. In all of these bearings, as you are going to see through diagrams, we will move clockwise from the north and stop depending on the sizes of the angles. For example, in A, this one, here is our 4 cardinal points. North, south, east, and west. Don't forget that you are moving clockwise from the north. Clockwise from the north. We are going to stop somewhere there. Why? 60 degrees is not up to 90 degrees. It's less than it. So just before the east, which is 90 degrees from north, you stop drawing. So this is your O 60 degrees. That is the diagrammatic illustration of this bearing O 60 degrees. For the second one, 150 degrees. We are still going to have our 4 cardinal points. North, south, east, and west. We are dealing with 150 degrees. So we are going to move clockwise from this north till we exhaust 150 degrees. So we'll move and stop before we get to the south. Why did we draw the arc past the east? It is because between the east and the north, like we established in the last class, you have 90 degrees. So 150 degrees is more than 90 degrees, but it is less than 180 degrees. So the arc will not get to the cardinal point south, because between the north and the south, we have 180 degrees. So this diagram illustrates 150 degrees. Now, let's take the third one, C. Again, we draw our 4 cardinal points. North, south, east, and west. 200 degrees is more than 180 degrees, but less than 270 degrees. So as we move clockwise from the north, we are going to stop somewhere between the south and the west. Because from the north clockwise down to the west is 270 degrees. Why? 90 plus 90 plus 90. But 200 degrees is less than 270 degrees. So we will stop there. This is the bearing 200 degrees. Finally, for the fourth example, 315 degrees, if we draw our cardinal points, north, south, east, and west, we are going to move clockwise from the north till we exhaust 315 degrees. This is 90, 180, 270. 315 degrees is more than 270, but less than 360. So the line will stop somewhere there. This is 315 degrees. So these 4 diagrams illustrate these four surveyor's bearings that we have. Don't forget that surveyor's bearings are 3-digit bearings. Every time you write a typical surveyor's bearing, there must be 3 digits in the angular measure. Thank you. Don't forget to continue to like our page, share, and subscribe to our channel. Shortly, we are going to look at compass bearings. Thank you.